Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.
Alright, so when I was in 5th grade, I went on a 3-day trip to a heifer village in Michigan where I learned to live like people do in rural Africa and all over Asia. So it was really hard to imagine that millions of people live like this every day, and it was really difficult because we had to sleep on dirt floors, cook our food, and it was very small rations between a big group of us. So I was really inspired when I came home, and I looked up a bunch of ways that I could help. So our youth group came up with the Water Project, and it's a way for us to donate to these people in Africa. And so far we've raised a couple $1,000s to help support them, and this all started when our youth group imagined a better, brighter world.
Hi, I'm Mason Rydell, and I'm going to talk about an idea that me and my friends had for a video for a youth worship service that we had last year. It was based on loving your neighbor and being kind to others, and we were given the task to create a video that could relate to that. So we thought initially of talking to people around the town about how they're nice to other people, but then we came up with the idea of going downtown to Chicago and talking to some citizens and some homeless people and getting both sides of the story. And we didn't originally think that it would be as good as it turned out to be, and we still have people coming up to us saying how nice of a job we did. And me being one of the people who did a lot of the interviewing downtown, it greatly changed my views on the people I see walking next to me and the homeless people that I see sitting down on the street when I go downtown to Chicago. So having the idea go from just a small, maybe this would work, to such a big outcome and a big effect on all of us, me and my friends and the people who watched it, it meant a lot to see that happen.
I had the incredibly good fortune of being on Betsy's leadership team the year that her dream of sending us all to the Youth Workers Convention was finally realized. The biggest thing I think that came out of that trip was the experience of us getting to attend Big Room together. Big Room is this huge forum, a gathering of all the convention goers to share in worship and fellowship and laughter and art, poetry, music, love of God, and all things youth. It's just an amazing, huge experience. And when we came home, it was something that we couldn't stop talking about, and it was something that we were super excited about and wanted to bring to our youth. So it started a lot of conversation about how that would be possible, what things that we could do to bring Big Room to FCC and do so in a way that made sense for us. So we schemed and we dreamed and we planned, and we've been able to hold Big Room with the youth at least once, twice a year since, and it's been really great, and I hope that the youth feel the same and that they are inspired by it as much as we are.
About 4 years ago, I was trying to think how I could use any talent I possessed. And my imagination told me that I should write a blog about how to get people to read, and to read things that they loved, but to read things that would also make them uncomfortable. And I wanted to reach them in the way that I thought I had no idea what would get to them. And all of a sudden, my imagination said, Everyone's hungry for something. Do hungry for good books. And in 4 years, I've done what I've been very happy, and I've reached people, readers and writers, with every talent I possess. And how could I imagine anything better?
Good morning. Imagination tip number 101. Just imagine. A couple months ago, I sat down with my friends at PADS and we imagined a day for them where they could just rest and relax. And through that, over 100 volunteers came out on Martin Luther King Day to provide such a day for them. There was a slammin' breakfast, crazy good lunch, free haircuts, doctor talks, financial talks, resume writing, a free clothing store, a musical performance, poetry, random people playing music, and just these men feeling loved and that their existence matters. So my challenge for you is to open your mind to the imagination that God has placed inside you and to change the world one person at a time. And I will leave you with a quote from my pal Ed at PADS. Margaret, you make being homeless fun.